Today we are going to understand how to find purpose in your life. Everybody has been reading about Ikigai. There are various other theories also, like the Logos theory. In India we have something which is called as Swadharma, how to find your Swadharma. Now all these things are not the same, they are all different. But everything seems to point towards what is called how to find purpose in your life. See, when the Japanese government came up with their own version of it, they said to a passion which gives value and joy to life. Ikigai means that. So here they included a word called passion. But when we look at the word over here, which is called Swadharma, it doesn't include the word passion. Passion is for passionate people. And we are going to understand today how to find this particular thing in your life. Not the passion, but the purpose of your life. Why are you here? What is the reason of your existence? So many a times when people confuse these words with that I need to have passion to find my purpose in life. That means I love doing certain things. And because I love doing certain things, that is why I should be in that particular field and domain. But is that what is required? Please understand one thing, that it is not necessary that where you are going to be famous, successful, you will have money, you will have fame, fortune, everything to your name. That is not the purpose of your life. Why are you there? Can you say that you are there because maybe you are a YouTuber? Why are you a YouTuber? Is YouTube something that you are supposed to do with your life? You may be in your 20s or 30s and you are still doing a YouTube videos. Do you think by the age of 70 and 80 are you going to be doing the same thing? I don't think so. Because the world changes, everything changes. You still have to find the reason of your own existence. And if you are not going to find the reason of your own existence, what is the point? Some people think that Ikigai or finding the purpose in your life also means to enjoy your hobbies or to work energetically. Now when I say you have to work energetically, doesn't mean that you have to be putting in all your efforts, all your life into that same thing. See, you got off somewhere. By the time you are 30, you might have been working for some organization. By the time you are 40, you might be a farmer. By the time you are 60, you might be a retired person. By the time you are 80, you might have started a business of your own. How do you know? What was this purpose? That means right from the beginning till today, from your childhood till today, you have still not found the purpose. Is it about happiness? See, when we look at happiness, we are thinking about a short-term gain. I feel happy when I eat something nice. But the happiness doesn't last beyond your tongue. The moment it goes inside your stomach, it gets mixed around. Where is that happiness over there? Then it comes out from the other side. You are not going to even look at that object. So please understand, this happiness is momentary. The passion itself is momentary. You may be passionate about certain things, but do you think you are going to be passionate throughout your life for that same thing? You can never say these words that I am passionate about this. So the term Ikigai is a short-term word. Many thousands of years ago, the yogis from India came up with this term called Swadharma. The term Swadharma is exclusive. It means why are you here on this planet Earth? Your reason for existence. See, in this world there are lots of things and everything has a reason. When I say this that it has a reason, let us examine a few things. If I have to look at a hammer, can it perform the action of a screwdriver? You will find that a hammer is a hammer. It is meant for hammering. A screwdriver is the one where you remove the particular screw or you screw something in. These are two different objectives and these are two different objects. Likewise, you are a human being. You are born in certain place. You are born in a cold country. You may be born in a hot country. You may be eating rice. You may be eating pasta. I mean, the way in which you are living is entirely different, don't you think so? Somewhere you might be drinking wine. Somewhere you may not be drinking anything at all. Maybe even to find water by itself is difficult. So then how can you generalize in terms of what this life's purpose is? So please remember one thing, we cannot pinpoint one person's reason as another person's reason, and this cannot be generalized in whichever way possible. In this episode, I am going to give you some understanding about how the ancients came to this understanding. This is what I have been teaching my disciples for many, many years. So let me start with my story. Many years ago, when I was sitting on the banks of Ganga river in Haridwar, and I was continuously having arguments with my Gurudev. I was not interested in living. I was interested in either going somewhere deeper inside the Himalayas and becoming a sadhu or something like that, or I was interested in just ending my life over there. Sitting on the banks of the river, I told my Gurudev the same thing. I told him, what is the point? I don't have anything to gain. I don't want any knowledge. I am not interested in any of these things because I already have and I don't need more than that. This is all that I need to have. So from his perspective, he kept on telling me what I am supposed to do. As a guru, his job is to tell me exactly what I am supposed to do and what I am not supposed to do. So he told me that this knowledge has been given to you so that you can spread it to others. I argued with him that there isn't a single person in this world whom I can pass on this knowledge. Then he pointed out to me that no, there are already some people who are there with you. So there might be one person, go teach that person. Then there might be 2, 3 more, go and teach them. Now in all this, what he was telling me is this is my Swadharma, the reason why I got into this body. The Parkaya Pravesh that happened with my body was only for the purpose of teaching, was only for the purpose of telling this world that this is what they are supposed to do. Teaching everybody what is the purpose of their life. Nobody understands the purpose. Remember, I was sitting on the banks of the river myself and I had no idea about this purpose in life. Think about it. I was arguing with my Gurudev. So when I came back, I started teaching people. Now, when I said I started teaching people, it is what they can grasp. I cannot teach everything to a person. Only that which they can take. So there were lots of people who came and asked me about different subject matters in spiritual itself, of course. But I told them that this is what I will teach you because this is what is suitable for you. In today's day and age, devotional path is the only path which I will take up for giving you the knowledge about. Otherwise, I am not going to tell you about other paths. They are not meant for you. Your brain is not in any position to grasp it. Your mind is not able to react to the great knowledge that is there in our scriptures. So let us not go in that direction. And this is how I continued with my teaching to them. But I was very reluctant. For many years, till 2014, I was doing it for the sake of doing it. But then, when in 2014, it really struck me very hard that this is the reason why I am over here. And whatever numbers of years that I am here, I should continue to teach. And there should be no other motivation in this world. See, in this world there are lots of motivating factors and passion involved. One is to earn a living. Maybe you have to make money. But in my world, it's all about giving up. It's all about just becoming a sage, a saint, those kind of things where you don't even bother about where the food is going to come from. And when a person behaves in this manner, where he is not bothered how tomorrow is going to be, then the entire thing is taken care by another entity. We don't have to bother about where we are going to get food from. Do the birds and the animals in the jungles bother and keep food for themselves? No. Every day they go out, the animals will hunt, the birds will search for their food somewhere or the other. They live like that. Each bird, each animal has a Swadharma. A tiger has a Swadharma. But there is a cow. The cow's job is to eat grass. The cow's job is to give milk. Like that, there is a dog. See, understand one thing. The dog's job is to take care of the house and the surroundings. That is what he does. He is supposed to be a support function. Like that, there are cats and there are various other household pets. They perform certain functions and their reason for existence is that alone. Then why is it that human beings are not able to find their reasons? It's because we have a thinking mind. And in the mind we have passions. We have likes and dislikes. I like this work. I don't like this work. I hate this thing. We have this kind of likes and dislikes. Sri Krishna says that it is not about likes and dislikes. You may be doing somebody else's work, but you are committing a sin. Whatever is your Swadharma is your dharma that you are supposed to do, not somebody else. You can't be doing somebody else's job. Now, here I will give you some examples of it. In the Bhagavad Gita, there are certain characters mentioned. The characters are like Duryodhan, Dushasan. Now, these people are called Kauravas. They are supposed to be the super villains. If they show compassion and other things, that is going to be a problem. They are supposed to perform the job of a villain to the T. Likewise, there is Arjuna. He is a warrior. He cannot say, I don't want to fight. Imagine you have army people in India and US and other places and they refuse to go and fight the war. How is it going to be? Their job is to fight the war. Their job is to be on the front. They are always there for the purpose of serving the country. This is what we got to understand. Why are we here? There are some scientists who are inventing things. They are doing some kind of a work somewhere. They may not even get paid. They may not even get recognition in their life. Is it about passion? Is it about money? Is it about happiness? None of these things matter. Why are you here? The reason for you being here and in that location. Why are you in that location? See, I told you, some people are in hot countries, some people are in cold countries, some people are in US, some people are in India. Why are you in India? And why are you born as a farmer's son? Why are you born as a doctor's daughter? See, in our past, a farmer's son would do farmer's jobs. He will take up farming. And a doctor's child will always become a doctor. Because in their world, that is how the lineage works. A king will appoint his son as a king, as a successor, isn't it? So you will find that tomorrow, if somebody from outside comes in, that means a person doesn't even have an exposure to being a king, and he becomes a king. What would happen? So, these are certain things which we take into account when we help you find the purpose in life. So purpose in life will never come to you if you are reading this kind of books or listening to Andrew Huberman or any other person. They are trying to work out in a material world where passion and some other stuff is involved. And that is not the reason for your existence. Mr. Huberman himself, he is a YouTube and a podcast star. You cannot consider him as a neurologist or something like that. Please understand one thing. He is a famous personality. Everywhere You are performing a certain job. You may be a public persona somewhere. Maybe you are a politician. Maybe you are a policeman. That is your Swadharma. Is it necessary to be happy doing that job? As a politician, your job is to be a politician. You have to play politics in the game. And if you are not doing that job, then you are an idiot. You better be a politician the way a politician is supposed to be. Likewise, in this material world, if I have to go and negotiate for United Nations or some such countries in this world, I have to be a good negotiator. Please remember this. Everywhere the Swadharma counts. It is not at all concerned with passion, neither is it concerned with love for the subject, nor is it supposed to be related to happiness, peace or tranquility or these kind of things. When we think in terms of peace and tranquility and all these things, and we think that in spiritual you are supposed to have peace and tranquility and the way in which Buddha is predicted, that is not how it is. Jesus Christ died on the cross, a very, very painful death. What are we talking about happiness over there? Likewise, Sri Krishna was shot with an arrow. He died near Prabhasa. Everybody has to go through their journey, and whether the journey is going to be happy or sad, we cannot say. Again, it is not about longevity. You're not supposed to be living for a very, very long time. Whatever is the time span that is granted to you, that is all. And you have to perform within that task. That particular frame, you are supposed to perform. You have to do to the best of your ability. These are some of the factors which they are in very random order, please understand this. So don't worry about it. Go through this whole video, you will understand that there is a whole load of it connected to our Swadharma. It is not Ikigai, it is not Logos therapy or theory or whatever that is. Swadharma, the reason for your existence, can never be related to any of these other terminologies. So don't try to find it over there. The spiritual masters are there for the purpose of trying to take you towards that. They do a lot of assessment of yours. Then they understand what exactly you are up to and why you are there. Then they tell you, just like my Gurudev told me exactly what I am supposed to do. I hope you have understood from this video that to find your Swadharma is an extremely difficult thing. And to know it exactly the way it is tad more difficult than that. So let me stop this video over here. I hope you like this video. If you have liked it, go ahead and like down below. You can subscribe, you can save, you can share it with your friends. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.